Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you all are safe at home. Dear students, today I will teach you chapter 5 of your civics book. Right, the name of the chapter is Roles of Media in Democracy. Media, what is media? Media originates, the media word originates from the word medium, described as a formal and informal way of communication with the society. It is a set of tools used to store and spread information to the target target viewers, right, readers, listeners, or in other words, media helps in communication. There are two types of communication. Number one is personal communication and second one is mass communication. Right? The simplest form of exchange of information or communication between two or more people is personal conversation, like letters, emails, short messages, services, or SMS are few examples of personal channels of communication. And now, mass communication. What is mass communication? When a message, idea, or information has to be shared with larger audience, like in theater or in a big hall or in cinema, it becomes mass communication. The communication channels used for mass communication are termed as mass media. Means one person is speaking and many are listening, right? Television, radio, newspapers, magazines, internet, etc. are all sources of mass media, right? But the past few decades have growth of media in leaps and bounds. 60 years back in India, what kind of media was there? Was linked to newspaper and radio, right? Only television was only meant for the urban population. However, technological advancement in various stages changes the basic purpose and nature of media. The 21st century observes the expansion of cable television, right? 24 hours news channels, right? Revamped radio and mobile internet became the talk of every house. Now getting updates of national and international happenings is a game of few clicks, right? Now, types of media. How many kinds of media are there? Number one, print media. What is print media? As the name suggests, the press, also called the print media, is regarded one of the pillars of any democracy. The print media comprises of newspapers, journals, magazines, books, wire services, and other publications. It has been critically significant in India since the time of freedom struggle. Newspapers and magazines were an outlet of expression for the political thinkers, writers, and freedom fighters. Magazines may be weekly, fortnightly, monthly. Now, second type of media is electronic media, right? Electronic media is also known as broadcast media, right? and social media also. The broadcast media is the most popular and convenient form of mass media, right? It includes television, radio, right? It includes television, radio, cinema, and uh, internet also, right? And what kind of the radio, the audio visual impact of on the viewers make it the most effective tool of mass communication. 24/7 news channels, films, documentaries, and other television programs help in knowing the social, political, and economic situation of a country or all over the world. And the among of the masses, radio is the means of mass communication. It helps in disseminating information and to remote areas. Only radio is there, television is not there, other system is not there, the radio is there. And rural areas, in remote areas, means dur daraz ke ilake, like this. It is the cheapest form of entertainment and broadcasting, right? The social media is new added and has a great value, and we use it, right? It mainly includes social networking websites are there, such as Facebook, Twitter, and today WhatsApp is also there on WhatsApp, YouTube's mobile applications, so many applications are there. It provides personal and selective information on a particular topic, but also as a useful tool for spreading a message and forming public opinion. So now, what is public opinion and media? What is the relation between public opinion and media? When a group of people feel strongly about a particular issue and want to express their views, it becomes a public opinion, right? It determines attitudes, beliefs, values, and prevailing moods of the society. Common people or citizens of a country can form public opinion, right, related to any political, social, or economic issue. Media and public opinion go hand in hand, right? In TV, you may have seen one reporter is there. He is speaking something on an issue. He goes in mob. He asks one question to one person, then another to another person, then another to another. Such a way he knows the public opinion and he conveys this to the other people through television, right? Or different type of news channels, right? Media is responsible for projecting the real picture of society. This way, he is projecting the real picture of the society. He is getting the views, he is fetching the views of the people, right? Which ultimately forms public opinion, right? News channels, radios, newspapers, magazines, and internet bring to us the latest happenings. And in news channel, anytime we on the TV, news channel when we open, every time we can get report of the any corner of the world, right? Political debates are there, social unrest, discussions and problems affecting the smooth functioning of the society based on the people's mood. Media brings stories and provides special coverage, and means the meaning of these all things, when any andolans are there, when any social unrest is there, discussion is going on, any anchan is going on, media does live coverage. It shows on television to all the people, and what happens, it projects a public opinion, right? Now about the media and ethics, right? Instead of twisting and distorting the news, media should take the responsibility of some important things in democracy, right? It should bring true news, clear, transparent news, right? Media should lay emphasis on corrupt and wrong practices prevailing in the society, right? It should not base its reports on whims and fancies, but carry proper investigation for bringing authentic news. It should be responsible. Media should take responsibility. It should be responsible. It should not engage it. It should engage its targets audience in the public debates and forums, right? This helps in building a system of accountability, right? Spreading awareness and education to the common people. Media must, what another ethics should be there? Media must bring consensus at the time of social unrest, and it should appeal for peace to the people, right, during the act of violence. Media should remain independent and, most important, without any kind of influence of big houses, any business and big houses, any political parties and government censorship, right? It should live free. It should investigate freely without any stress, right? In a world surrounded by fake story tellers, it is important for media reporters to bring honest stories for the viewers, right? And it must be the duty of media to act sensitively towards personal and tribal mold, right? It should make sure that it does not hurt the sentiments of a person, right, or public. Now at large, now about legal checks for media. Some legal checks, as media is free to speak, but some checks also there on media. What are these checks? The freedom of the press is nothing but freedom of expression or communication. The Indian Constitution now where mentions freedom of press, but it attains its freedom based on Article 19, which guarantees freedom of speech and expression to Indian citizens. But some limitations are there, has been imposed through Clause 2 of 19, which states that the state can impose restrictions on freedom of press. It poses any threat to the sovereignty and integrity and security of the country, right? The media got organized under various acts, right, rules and regulations. In 1956, the office of the registrar of the newspapers scrutinized the ownership and circulations of newspapers. All newspapers in India have to be registered under RNI. RNI means Registrar of Newspaper in India. It came into being in 1956. And the Broadcast Code of India was developed in 1962. This code was restrictions on the content broadcast by electronic media. All India Radio and Doordarshan prohibits the following. What they prohibits? They can't speak anything about these. What are these? Criticism to or friendly countries. Next is attack on religions or communities. Anything absence or defamatory, right? Incitement to violence or anything against maintenance of law and order. Anything amounting to contempt of court. Aspirations against the integrity of the president and judiciary. Criticizing a person by using his/her name. Anything affecting the integrity of a nation. Means these things they cannot use. These things they cannot speak. Right? Now about importance of a right to know in a modern democracy. Right? In 2005, the Right to Information Act replaced the previous Freedom of Information Act 2002 in a very powerful tool. It is a very powerful tool meant for providing access to information held by government and other public institutions. Under this act, a citizen of India can file an RTI, right to information, and get information on a particular project's government spendings, selections, rejections, processes, details on how government is doing, how government's all the expenditures are going on. Right? So let us take a quick recap, right, of the history of RTI formation. Right? In 1993, the draft of Right to Information Act was prepared. When it was prepared? In 1993. And research paired and presented by the Governor of Education and Research Council of Ahmedabad. Next, in 1996, the Press Council of India prepared another draft. Right. In 1997, the campaign on people's right to information gained momentum at the national scale. Right. After that, some years the Shori Committee prepared the legal draft, which after further amendments in 2004 was passed by the Lok Sabha in December 2004. Since its inception, it has legally empowered the citizens of our country and has brought the government officials within the ambit of law. However, the rulings of RTI cannot be used to be an action against a person or authority, but it helps in building premises for further investigation. Right. Now, citizens of India can get answers of the questions like how government officials use various public and relief funds, what is the selection procedure of government educational institutions, how are DDA flats allotted to the people. RTI has made the government directly accountable and increased transparency. Right. However, the government has right to deny access to records and informations regarding national security, international relations, and scientific or economic interest of the country, or that which could endanger the life or physical safety of any person. Right. These all things in RTI government does not tell, or any people cannot ask through RTI. So this chapter is over. Dear students, worksheet is also there. Right, you have to do neatly in your notebook this month on Monday 3 October. Today is 2, then 3, Saturday 4, Sunday 5 October. I will check your notebook from first chapter to now. Chapter 4 civics, I will check your notebooks. You will send me PDF, right, on Monday 5th October. Right. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.